Hi, I'm Andrea U-Shi Chang.
And I'm Sokol.
And this is the Kettlebility Crew's training tip of the week. This week we are going to show you one of our favorite flexibility mobility drills, the SFG Hip Flexor Stretch. This is super important to do because many of us spend way too much time sitting. This gets shortened. Then when we go to full hip extension, we don't really have what we need. If your hip flexors are always on, it's kind of like the brakes are on, so that you'll never get that power, that true ballistic motion that you can get in swings, and even your grinds you're not going to be able to finish quite as well because your hip flexors are holding you back. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Jeff set up in the start position, which is a half kneeling stance. So there you go, perfect. So half kneeling stance is basically a lunge position. What we want to make sure is that everything is on train tracks. That his hips, if he has his fingers on his hips like this, we want to make sure his hips are facing forward. So not only is he square to the front this way, we don't want to angle out. This is a common error. Then we also want to make sure his back leg is in line with things. So imagine that you're on cross-country skis. Everything has to be lined up. Then I'm going to ask him to drop his right hip down just a little bit. There you go. See that? Now he's going to set in. So we're going to start this. Position. He's going to creep his front foot forward a little bit. He's going to put his hands on his lower back, and he's going to do a pelvic tuck. He's going to tuck his butt under, and then he's going to push forward into the stretch, staying nice and tall. As he goes forward, he's moving from his hips. Shoulders stay over the hips. What you see people do is they go ahead and bend, which takes the stretch off, or they leave everything behind. And that's not what we want either. We want everything to travel together. Hips going first. Just going to get that pelvic tuck and push through. Sometimes it's hard to get a pelvic tuck here. So what we'll have you do sometimes is to step back. So what he's going to do is going to hinge. No, just bend here. Get the tuck. Then get tall. Then go. Does that turn it on a little bit more, Jeff? Oh boy. Good. So you notice he doesn't have a big range here. That's because he's actually stretching his hip flexor. You see someone being here and just going way into it, it looks awesome, but it's not really doing much. We want it to feel from this area to this area in here, that's getting the nice tall stretch. Awesome. Once he understands this, and we pulse into, we pulse at 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. What he can do is he can set up and he can use the hand on the front to create even more of a nice tall tension and stretch through it. So he's going to take his opposite hand, get himself square, get the tuck under there, stay square to the front. He's actually pushing into himself. Very nice. What's that like, Jeff? Tell us about it.
Whew. Well, I really don't start feeling the stretch until I get that tuck. So I pull that pelvic tuck in. It really turns it on. So I'm basically almost getting a stretch before you can stretch, if I'm doing it right.
Pretty much.
So you'll know it's on when you're
fired up. As you're pushing forward, you keep that pelvic tuck throughout.
Absolutely. Yep. Keep it tight.
Great. So what you should do is try a couple of these. You know, usually you're going to do 3 alternating reps per side, sets of like 5 movements into the stretch, and then do a set of swings, and then do it over again. See how it makes you feel. Give it a shot. That's your training tip of the week.
Enjoy.